Hello, it's Richard Bauer here, Yamaha brand ambassador. Normally at Edinburgh, but we have the delight of being at Rimmers Music Chester with Hannah. Do you want to introduce yourself, Hannah?
Yeah, as Richard was saying, I'm Hannah. I'm the store manager at our new piano showroom in Chester.
And it's beautiful. I mean, what a place. What a place. You're so lucky to live here. I'll do you a swap anytime. Fantastic place. If you get the opportunity to come to Rimmers Music Chester, please do come down. You'll get a great welcome, and it's just an absolutely brilliant environment to see and play and buy these wonderful instruments. So we are together today to very briefly show you the Yamaha U1, which at first glance appears to be a completely normal acoustic piano, but there is quite a large sting in the tail, eh?
There is. It's in fact a transacoustic piano. So essentially it still is an acoustic piano at heart, but it has almost like a digital piano built into it. So we've got enhanced muting features where you can adjust the volume of the piano and also plug headphones in for a quiet practice session.
So this is working like a silent piano.
Yes.
And of course we have, if you've not seen the video on silent piano, we'll put the link on the description. So this is kind of working like silent piano, but does other things as well.
Yeah, so to access the silent piano, you don't just have to have headphones on with this one. You can adjust the volume of this piano without wearing your headphones. Okay,
so this is taking it from where if you needed to practice silently or quietly on a silent instrument, on a silent piano, you would put the headphones on and put them on and sail away and everyone's happy. But we have actual volume control so we can hear the piano, but maybe not at the same sort of volume that you'd expect when it's playing as an acoustic.
That's it.
Right, brilliant. So, on board we have a few extra sounds, I believe.
Do, yeah, we've got lots of built-in different voices, so with different instruments to suit different styles of playing, different types of music, so you can get creative and expressive there.
That's fantastic. And the amazing thing about this piano, and from a technical point of view, I know this, although you can hear the piano, and we'll play it for you good people in a moment, there's no speakers here.
There isn't, no.
So how does that work?
Yeah, so Yamaha have very cleverly used, they've got transducers in this piano, which projects the sound and vibrations through the soundboard. So the soundboard is used as the amplifier, which I just think it's very clever. So
we're using the soundboard, actually in exactly the same way that the soundboard works when you play an acoustic piano.
That's it.
Because the strings vibrate, but then actually when you play a piano, let's say for example if you played a piano without a soundboard on it, it will be really quiet because the strings actually don't make that much noise. It's the vibration on the soundboard that basically naturally amplifies the sound.
Yes.
And what Yamaha have done here is to take the digital signal, and a transducer is, I think a very good analogy is it's a sort of wobbly magnet. It makes it's like the backside of an old style speaker. So it's the magnet and it creates a vibration. That vibration then is amplified through the soundboard. So it's a really natural sound because one of the things, again, from a technical point of view, whenever you put any signal through any speaker, a speaker will even slightly colour the sound. So it'll never be quite as it was. The brilliant thing with using the transducer and the soundboard is it's using the piano.
Yes.
So I think what we should do first of all is to play the good people the sound of the instrument just as an acoustic.
Yes.
Just a normal piano.
So they can hear it.
Over to you. of characteristics that you would expect to hear from an acoustic piano, because it is one.
That's it, and it is really touching on professional levels.
Yeah, so I mean, and the U1 is a fantastic piano anyway, as a completely normal traditional acoustic piano. But let's now press the middle pedal.
Yep.
That stops the hammers hitting the strings. And from there on in, we can either do this, but for you good people listening at home, that doesn't really work because only we can hear that. So that doesn't really work very well. So what we can do here on Transacoustic, I think, is to let's select one of the piano sounds. We'll go with the CFX and have a listen now, and Hannah will play you piano. But what you're hearing now is not the acoustic, but it's the digital sound of our £150,000 Yamaha CFX Concert Grand. Wow, that's amazing.
It's a fantastic sound.
Seriously, sitting here, I can feel the power that's coming off this. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. But I know that we've got a few extra sounds as well. And I know that you're very, very classical in the way in the kind of your background and the way that you play. I'm very not, and I've always kind of come from a movie and show and soundtracks and jazz and all of that. So I'd like to show you something that maybe you'd not thought of doing with this. On the panel here, I've chosen our second electric piano, which is a very, very typical 80s Yamaha DX7. Now it's a sound that actually Yamaha invented. I mean that is the sound. I have to explain these things to you. I know, we know this. It's the sound of the 80s. I remember it, you don't.
Possibly.
But it's also used in lots of contemporary music as well, and you still hear that sound all over. And it's just brilliant to be able to sit and it plays so beautifully on here. But one of the things that one of my heroes did, Canadian composer, wrote loads and loads of film soundtracks and all of that. And he had a technique in the studio where he actually got the piano player to play the same thing twice. So one on the DX, then on a Yamaha acoustic grand piano. And in the studio then, they mixed it together. And it made this really amazing, very, very ethereal West Coast of America film track. So of course, one of the things that we would generally do with a transacoustic, and the silent, but for transacoustic, of course, you can hear what you're playing, rather than it just going through headphones, is the natural thing when you go to the digital instrument is to turn the acoustic off. But what's actually nice is to have that and the acoustic.
Yeah.
So we could do something like
Yeah. So you can really get creative with it. And layer two sounds together.
So if you think about all of these combinations, you could do it with the sort of very typical 70s stage electric piano. You can do it with the DX. You could do it with this little synth pads as well that you can mix with the piano. So there's so much you can do with a transacoustic that's not just simply using the digital because it's quieter.
Yes, yeah.
This suddenly becomes a whole different thing, but you've still got this fantastic living, breathing acoustic piano to play, along then with all of the digital stuff as well. And we do need to mention things like recording and the rhythms and all of that, but basically just make this such a versatile instrument. And so much more actually than the sum of its parts, because you could do so much with it.
Yeah, you do get the best of everything.
Oh yeah, it's just lovely. I mean, I am very much a digital. My background is very digital, and so just to sit and play a normal acoustic, I'm not really that much of a piano player. That stays with me for a long time. But to have the opportunity then to come and sit and play a silent, which of course is fantastic because it means that you have the feel, but you can play silently. And let me tell you, most people want me to play piano as silently as possible. But when you come here, then there's so much in the way of mix this with that and play that with that and that works with that, and you can turn it off and you can turn it on. It's amazing.
Super good fun.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So the transacoustic tends to be one of these instruments that almost gets overlooked because we've got so many other great things going on.
Yeah.
But if you get the opportunity to come to the Chester store, or indeed any of the other Rimmer stores, of course, do check out the transacoustic because it is such a versatile instrument. You know, I mean, you can have two people who will approach this completely differently, as you and I have done. From a classical background, from a classical point of view, and just play it as a piano. Of course, if you want to get to the level that Hannah plays at, you need to practice.
You do, yes. Yeah.
Only perfect practice makes perfect. And one of the things that will really help with that is the recording facility on board this instrument, because it means that you can analyse what you play in. It means that when you do your right hand practice, you can record that and play your left hand to it and all of that. So you've really got something here that's going to help you enhance your playing.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it's also then, from my point of view, as a sort of not really a piano player, I'm much more of a keyboard player, something that's going to keep me entertained, because I can mess about with stuff and keep myself entertained with that. So yeah, just absolutely brilliant. Hannah, thank you for inviting me to your lovely store. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, thank you
and
so
I
much
know
for
already
visiting.
from speaking from some of your customers this morning, they're actually blown away by this place and the instruments that we have, and your good self as well, doing a brilliant job. So lovely to see you.
And you.
Thank you.
And if you want to pop down to the Chester showroom, or like Richard said, any of our other showrooms in the Northwest or Scotland, please do. We usually do have a transacoustic piano on display, so you can try it out for yourself, and of course we can demonstrate them to you and answer your questions about that.
Fantastic. Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.